In today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys my thoughts on who I think are the 5 biggest winners of the 2018 NHL entry draft, so let's get right into the video. The first team I wanted to talk about is the obvious one, that is the Buffalo Sabres, who selected Rasmus Dahlin with the first overall pick in the 2018 draft, and that alone makes them a winner. He immediately changes the outlook of their franchise. They now have their franchise center in Jack Eichel, and they have already a solid defenseman in Ristolainen, and now you're adding a franchise defenseman in Rasmus Dahlin, and if you can figure out what to do with your situation in goal, this Buffalo Sabres team could be very scary in the future with guys like Casey Middlestat, Alex Nylander, and they still have veterans like Ryan O'Reilly and Kyle Okposo, so this team really could be sneaky good next year and maybe potentially squeak into a playoff spot in the Atlantic Division. Next up is the Vancouver Canucks, and Canucks fans had to be so happy seeing the Arizona Coyotes select Barrett Hayton 5th overall, because that ensured that they were either going to get Quinn Hughes or Filip Zadina. They ended up drafting Quinn Hughes 7th overall, and in my opinion, Hughes is probably the second best skater in the entire draft class behind Rasmus Dahlin. They were also able to pick up Jet Wu in the second round, who's 17 years old. He actually turns 18 in 3 days. He played for the Moose Jaw Warriors since 2015. He put up 25 points in 44 games this previous season. He's a really smooth skating defenseman who can get the puck going in transition. He's 6 feet, 205, so he's another very solid defenseman to add to the young crop of talent that the Vancouver Canucks have, and they have to be very happy with selecting Quinn Hughes and also getting Jet Wu in the second round. Next up is the Detroit Red Wings, and with me being a Red Wings fan, I'm so happy with how this draft turned out, and it really sped up this rebuild a little bit for the Detroit Red Wings, and it makes me feel a lot better of this team and the prospects that we have going into next season. We were able to get Filip Zadina with the 6th overall pick, and that alone is amazing and makes us a winner in itself, but with the 30th overall pick in the draft, we were also able to get Joe Veleno, who a lot of people had ranked in the top 15, but I'm very curious and kind of worried to see as to why he fell to number 30. Maybe teams just weren't very interested in him, or is there some stuff behind the scenes that made teams not want him? But nonetheless, he's a fantastic player, and I think he's going to be a huge part of our future. We also got Jonathan Bergman, I hope I'm saying that right. He's a Swedish right winger. He also was projected to go first round. And then another Halifax player like Filip Zadina, we were able to get Jared McIsaac in the second round, 36 overall, who is the defenseman that we were looking for. A lot of Red Wings fans I seen mad that we took Zadina over a defenseman, but you cannot pass up when you get players available at your draft spot like Zadina and Veleno, and then we were still able to get a great defenseman in McIsaac in the second round, so I'm very happy with how this draft turned out for the Detroit Red Wings. Next up is the Carolina Hurricanes, who not only drafted Andrei Svechnikov 2nd overall, who is a guy who can come in and play top 6 minutes for them next season and really give them an extra added touch of goal scoring and just help them all around offensively. They also picked up some fantastic players via trade with the Calgary Flames that sent Noah Hanifin and Elias Lindholm over to the Flames in exchange for Dougie Hamilton, Michael Ferland, and Adam Fox. In my opinion, Dougie Hamilton is the best player in this trade. He is an upgrade from Noah Hanifin. You're also getting Michael Ferland, who scored 20 goals last season, probably because he played with Monahan and Gaudreau, but still a guy who can probably play on your third or second line. Also getting defensive prospect Adam Fox, who could turn out to be something great someday. So all in all, a very good trade, and you can't really get mad that they traded away Elias Lindholm, because you have Andrei Svechnikov coming in, and he can really just step in and take Lindholm's spot on that top line. So Dougie Hamilton just adds to the already amazing young defense core that the Carolina Hurricanes have, and they're going to be a scary team next season, especially if Martin Necas is NHL ready. Playing him with Svechnikov and Jeff Skinner, if Jeff Skinner doesn't get traded, this team is going to be a playoff team next season. And lastly, we have the New York Islanders. The Islanders and the Red Wings are probably the two teams tied for first when you're talking about and trying to decide who are the biggest winners from the NHL draft. They drafted Oliver Wahlstrom 11th overall. I know that says 10, it's meant to say 11. And then the pick after, they got Noah Dobson 12th overall. And Islanders fans have to be so happy that Noah Dobson slipped down to number 12, as he could go down as the second best defenseman in this draft class, which was filled with fantastic defensemen. And they also got Bodie Wild in the second round, 41st first overall, who's a guy who a lot of people had projected to go in the first round, but some people were saying his attitude is what made him slip down to the Islanders, but I'm sure Islanders fans aren't complaining that they got those two studs in the first and second round. Oliver Wahlstrom could go down as the purest goal scorer from this draft, and then just adding Dobson, these moves could maybe persuade John Tavares to stay. If you play Wahlstrom on a line with Tavares, you can bet Wahlstrom's goal total is going to be through the roof, and Noah Dobson might not be NHL ready this season, but in the next couple of years, he's going to be an absolute stud, and if they re-sign John Tavares, they could be the biggest winners from the entire offseason. So that is going to wrap up the video. I hope you guys did enjoy. Make sure to let me know down in the comment section who you guys think are the biggest winners from the 2018 NHL draft. If you disagree, you don't have to go hating. This is just my opinion. I hope you guys all had fun watching the draft and looking at all the trades that went down. I'll be making a recap video, maybe a live stream tomorrow, giving you guys my thoughts on the entire draft. But with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please make sure to drop a like on it and subscribe to the channel for daily NHL content. And I'll see you guys all in the next video.